Welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling for our DVD review today, and it's probably not a shocker to anyone that it's going to be Hulk Hogan and more Hulk Hogan. We're going to get both of these out of the way today because I talked about the Hulkamania tour. Check it out. I figured I'd do a Hulk Hogan review. You can tell when I do my videos I kind of theme things out, don't I? I'm not going to turn around and do a Sting DVD review when I'm talking about Hogan. Anyways, here is Hulk Hogan DVDs. Now, this one is, I guess, out of print because I believe the logos for WWE and WWF, WWF are not blurred out and whatnot. They discontinued this, but I guess they made a gazillion of them because you can just pick it up anywhere at any used DVD store. You can get it on Amazon for really cheap, or half, or eBay, or any of these sites you can get for really, really cheap. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Especially if you're a fan of the documentaries. Like I am, like I tell you in every video I am. But anyways, especially if you're a fan of the documentary parts, because you got a wonderful documentary on here. And not only chronicles the history of Hulk Hogan and how he became a professional wrestler, but it also talks a lot about how the Hogan era in the WWF and how it all just kind of came to be and how it all unraveled. You hear from Vince McMahon on here, you hear from Hulk Hogan on here, I believe Jimmy Hart's on here, Edge is on here. Can't recall every superstar, but there's a lot of superstars who participated in this and a lot of great knowledge of how the golden era of wrestling came to be, not just Hulk Hogan. The other cool thing about this is that you got a lot of good good WCW stuff on here. Now they do gloss over the NWO a little too quickly, I will admit, but there is some good insight on the DVD about the WCW. Also some very good insight on the DVD regarding Randy Savage and his situation with WWE and his relationship with Hulk Hogan and the other guys in the locker room. You got a lot of that on there. Very interesting stuff. If you're a history buff when it comes to wrestling like I am and love the documentaries and the behind the curtain stuff, get this DVD. Even if you're not a big Hogan fan, get it, because they don't make them like this anymore. This is one of the first ones they made. I don't think it's the first, but it's one of them. And they really let guys talk. As you can tell, they've kind of pulled the reins back a little bit on these DVDs of late. But this is not the case here. Get it. The bonus matches on here are really, really cool. You've got an old match, Hogan versus the Giant, I think in like 1981 or something. That takes place at Shea Stadium in New York City, I believe. Really, really cool match. Let me see. You get the Bash at the Beach versus Ric Flair on here. You got a couple interviews. A lot of good interviews, actually. A cool tag team match, Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene Okerlund versus George the Animal Steele and Mr. Fuji. Alright, it's a gimmick match and everything, but it's cool to see. A lot of good matches, like I said. One versus Mr. Perfect on here, which is really good. Two rare matches, Big Boss Man and the Honky Tonk Man. Those are both hard to find. So you got a lot of good matches. I believe the War to Settle the Score makes an appearance on here. I was kind of looking for that Andre match. Oh, it's an extra on disc 1, just to make sure. I just wanted to verify. Yeah, Shea Stadium. On to the next. This is currently available in stores and everything. You can order it on WWE's site. This is the Hulk Hogan Anthology. And whoa, this does not include a documentary. What it is it's just a bunch of matches. The first disc all takes place in the 80s. You got one match from 1980, 1983 versus Nick Bockwinkel, which is kind of cool. I had never seen that match before. You obviously have the Iron Sheik match. You've got all the good Roddy Piper, Orndorff matches on here. You got all the Savage feud on here. You've got him versus King Kong Bundy on here. You got Ric Flair Bash at the Beach on here. Hogan versus The Undertaker's on here. The formation of the NWO is on here. Hogan versus Sting is on here. Really cool match. Hogan vs. The Rock is on here. You basically get all the amazing Hulk Hogan matches that are out there. Sans a few, but you get most of them. Really good purchase. If you get these together, you pretty much have a complete Hogan library. Really good Hogan library. I highly recommend both DVDs. Very entertaining, and enough said. It's Hulk Hogan. Either you like him or you don't. And if you do, don't be afraid to check these out. I would especially check this one out. But this one's great too. And I'll see you next time on Hot Water Wrestling.